Right across. Katrina Tran. It's the hammer from the Lady Panthers. Quick lead. What a block! As they pick the ball up. Tran, good step. Swing. Bill. Lady slap. Ace. Lady Panthers. Block. Point. Lady Panthers.
Good evening, Panther Nation, and welcome to this live stream of Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Had to take a second there and remember what sport I was doing football for so long. Joe Roberts alongside me, not as always, but special guest Karen Slack going to be doing some color commentating with us this evening. We're here at Liberty High School, Liberty, and I keep wanting to say Liberty Fieldhouse, even though it's not. A lot of people play in a field house.
Yeah.
The Lady Panthers coming into tonight with a 16-11 overall record, 0-1 in District 24A. Last week opening up against the Splendora Lady Cats and dropping in 4 sets, 3-1. Rebounding on Friday against Evadale with straight sets, 3-0. And now looking to get back in the winners column in District 24A against the Hardin-Jefferson Lady Hawks. Thanks for being here today, Coach.
Man, it's my pleasure. You know, volleyball is kind of my hidden pleasure, and I miss coaching it so much. So I'm so glad that I could, come join us today because I love these girls. So I hope we play well.
Well, I'm glad that you're here with us. Got some special guests with us tonight. The Catbird Seat, producer Richard Ewing, as always, just like we do in football. And Cutter Wharton over there, junior, producing this. Well, I keep saying this afternoon. It's not even afternoon. It's this
nighttime.
Evening. I need to figure out what time of day, where we're at.
Well, we've been working all day.
Has it been that long of a week? Grant Burgos on a camera this evening, along with Eduardo Mata and Alejandro Minovar. We're going to be trotting out one of our sideline cams today,
yeah,
so hopefully you'll get some cool shots from that. Let's talk some volleyball, Coach. It's been a minute or two since you've been. It's been a minute or two since you've been on the sideline, Coach.
Yeah.
So talk to us about what we should be expecting to see as far as the Lady Panthers go.
Well, on our side, I think we've got a really good captain group. Our seniors are, a lot of them played a little bit of club ball coming up, so we're really skilled. But more than that, since the 6th grade, they've been working hard for this season. Katrina Tran, I think if I chose one player that signifies the work that we do in our program, it would be her. She was flat-footed, slow, and couldn't jump as a 9th grader, and she would tell you that. And now she, in my opinion, competes for the setter of the district. There's no doubt about it. So that's our senior leader. You can think of a setter as the captain of the varsity or the quarterback. So they set up our offense, and we got a great one. And then our lead attacker is Madison Goodo. She's kind of multifaceted in a lot of skills, basketball, track, those kinds of things. But she has a vertical leap. She touches 9'4". For a middle in high school, that's remarkable. And then her counterpart is Morgan Vaughn. Morgan is opposite Madison, so they really are our lead attackers and our biggest block. Morgan, again, is talented as far as height, does a very good quick attack. She's more of a quick attack girl, and it gives us a lot of facets of the game. So Madison's a high ball, and she can hit the quick ball, but her strength is to put the ball away hard, and Morgan's is more of a quick attack, but still on the high end. And then on our left sides, I expect Bailey Slack and Brianna Pantaleon. They're the quicker, very much athletic. They can get a lot of balls that a lot of people can't. So the left side player kind of signifies what our defense should look like over there, but also they're what's called the outlet pass. And an outlet pass is when the set's off. We go to them a lot. So they're like the backup plan for every attack that there is. And then on the right side, you have Katrina. And Katrina is a 5-1 setter, and just for layman's terms, a 5-1 setter runs all the way around. She never comes off the court, so that also means she's a front row player. She doesn't come off on the front row. In some systems, the 6'2", they build it for 2 really big blocks for subs for setters to come in. And then the opposite of her would be Abby Vickers, and Abby Vickers is just a sophomore. She's big, she's strong, she squats 300 pounds, and she's explosive off the court. Not that much of an attacking part of our game, but a huge block, and that makes a nightmare for their left sides, and I hope to see a lot of that tonight.
All right, so talking about some volleyball, looking at their 16-11 overall record could be a bit deceiving, and then you kind of take a deeper dive into their schedule, and they played some monsters early on.
Yeah, I made notes of that specifically. Coach Anderson asked me about the Wimberley tournament early on, and I'd taken a few teams there in the past, and it is, if I had to choose, besides the Pearland Nike tournament, Wimberley would be the upper echelon of all competition. It's Central Texas volleyball, which is a little bit cleaner volleyball. And they had a trip there, and the record shows it, but they also came out of it playing a whole lot better, a whole lot faster. So I think that was the game plan, and then she achieved that. And then she had some big dogs in non-district, so I think she got the girls ready. Our district is tough, so I don't think playing below your level is the way to go in our district.
No doubt. Right now it's sitting tied for third with Hardin-Jefferson. Yeah. Both teams losing to the top two in the district on, I guess, last week.
Yes.
Splendor and Huffman-Hargrave, always two quality programs.
Right. And two very different teams.
I would imagine both programs that the Lady Panthers and the Lady Hawks going to be chasing for most of the district season.
Yeah, you can kind of expect that out of Huffman and Splendor. They have a lot of club players, but also, they're twice our size in enrollment. So they have a little more to choose from. Not that that's ever an excuse. I think we'll do a very good job competing from here on out. But Huffman's always really strong. They have high club numbers, and I know, when I say club, it matters. The reps matter. And Splendora has a lot of those kids too, and they have, in my opinion, a Division I setter running their program, and she is phenomenal. She's left-handed and does a whole lot of good things that sometimes you just can't defend in high school. So
a left-handed setter is so scary.
A tall one.
When I coached volleyball in Livingston, and I say coach with air quotes.
I remember.
We played Waller, and Waller had a very tall left-handed setter who played all the way around, and you never knew when she was going to jump set if she was just going to look around and turn over and just drop the hammer.
I mean, I think it's something you really can't defend if they're that good, and she's really good. I mean, she didn't even need a lot of players around her to be really good. So, I mean, I've watched that kid growing up, and she suffered a knee injury early on, I think a sophomore year, kind of set her back, but she got right back in it. So I'm always proud of those kind of kids.
A lot of the girls on the Lady Panther volleyball team, multi-sport athletes.
Yes.
What does that mean for the overall program with so many of these young ladies playing more than one sport?
Well, I think in 4A, if you don't, then you're going to suffer in a lot of programs. You know as well as I do, you got a bunch of kids that cross, they go to cross every, they run track, they run cross country. But for us, a lot of them play volleyball, basketball, or volleyball, softball, or track. So in order for us to compete in 4A, I think you have to do that, and I'm proud of that. I think, moreover, if you build a strength and conditioning program that allows them to be athletic enough to compete in all those, that's the mark of a good, true 4A program. I think if you get bigger than that, that changes a little bit, but I'm proud of that.
All right, Coach, some of the people that are watching tonight, or maybe later on when they watch it after the broadcast is over, they may see something they're not expecting to see. They might see Reese Evans wearing a different colored jersey as a libero. In a nutshell, what does that mean for the casual fan?
Okay, the casual fan. A libero or the libero is a replacement player, so it does not mark against our 16 to 18, I think it's 16 now, substitutions that you're allowed in a game. She can go in for a player that doesn't play defense very well on the back row, and she can go in for several players. So in our case, she goes in for one of our middles and one of our left sides. So we have a little bit more complicated approach. Most people go in for both middles, but Madison's so good on the back row, we leave her in the back row. So Reese is quick, she's strong, and she's really competitive. So she plays that libero. She's the prototype libero kind of kid. So I think our strategy is really strong that way.
Yeah, when I started, they were just introducing that.
I remember.
And they couldn't serve. And if I'm remembering correctly, maybe they could only go in for one person and then had to come out and then come back in. It wasn't like they could stay and shuffle people on and off.
Volleyball has been just the weirdest sport about liberos because college always has different rules.
Yeah.
And they added a bunch since I've been a coach. Like the libero can't jump above the net.
Right.
That's an illegal attack. And you can play around with a lot of different strategies now. They've opened it up for a lot of it. So I think that's good. Defensive players are more important in volleyball than offensive players. So it allows, and you know as well as I know, volleyball's a height requirement sport.
No doubt.
They're only looking for 6'4" in D1.
That's right.
But if you're talking about a libero, that evens the playing game.
Well, Coach, looking at the makeup of the team, you talked about Madison Goodo and the type of athlete that she is. What does it mean for the continuity of the rotation when you're not having to sub someone out and they can play all the way around?
I think that's a mark, again, of a small school. If you have a kid that can play all the way around and serve every facet of the game, defensively serving. She's even a backup setter. One of the best blockers we have. If you got 1 or 2 kids on a 4A squad, you can go deep in the playoffs. It changes again on the 5A level. You got to have a few more weapons. But she's what we want to build from junior high all the way up. We want them to contribute on all levels if they can.
You're watching Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts alongside me, Karen Slack, Liberty High School principal, girls coordinator, championship softball coach, and color commentator for tonight's contest. 24A action. Your Liberty Lady Panthers hosting the Hardin-Jefferson Lady Hawks. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to break down a few more of these players, Coach. We'll be right back after this message. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You're watching Lady Panther Volleyball on this special live stream on a Tuesday evening, and we're covering District 24A, not the opener. That was last week. Lady Panthers dropping 3 sets to the Splendora Lady Cats. A lot of Lady Cats.
Yeah.
Lady Cats of Splendora, and rebounding on Friday against Evadale, and now looking to get into the win column in District 24A. Coach, earlier we were talking about what it means to be able to play all the way around the rotation. Now, if you can't play all the way around the rotation, what is it to have these great young athletes that it seems like Liberty, as of late, has been blessed with that can step in here and give minutes here and there?
Well, and I think the next part of a championship team is learning to have role players that do it so well. It might seem like a small role, but in the all, it's the hugest thing that a kid can do is serve that role. For instance, Amanda Dawsey is a defensive specialist. Abby Vickers is, I said, a very strong, powerful girl, but she's slow on the back row, and I think Abby would say that too. But Amanda's quicker. She plays a lot of club, and she's got a better contact in the back row, so she serves and plays defense for Abby Vickers. But somebody like that, as a senior, contributing to the team in that facet is the key to winning. And we have some younger players. Ashton Cordova's been a little bit injured. She also plays left side but doesn't play back row. Again, very strong. She has a few things that work with her attacking. She's got a few more years to go as far as confidence. But she's another player that if someone's not contributing on the left side, she can pop in there and give us some kills, give us good blocks. And she works extremely hard. If I had to choose one of the best teammates that I've ever seen, it would be her. She has those qualities as a servant. And then, we have some younger players. We have baby Addie Cordova, who is Ashton's little sister. She's a freshman. But body type, that's what we want to look like as a volleyball player. And again, so coachable, so refreshing that she learns every practice. I just see her contributing a lot more next year. This year she's a sub player, but she does a phenomenal job in practice to help us compete and get better for the next opponent.
All right, Coach, how does Coach Anderson get the girls ready to rebound after a tough loss? Because they were on a tear coming into district, and it looked, all signs were pointing, and then at the last minute there was an injury. There was some folks missing. How does she get them prepared for tonight? Yeah, with anything, in high school especially, you're always waiting for the glass to fall. I feel like the glass is going to break every day in softball season. I know it's not like that, but, as a head coach, you try to make every day as competitive as last or more. And I think that's where you got to refocus and make sure you can hit the ground running. The loss should just serve as a teaching. And I think that's what she did, but more so, I know that Madison Goodo and Reese Evans
got the seniors together, and they just decided that they're just not going to lose. And if you can deal with that in a pre-practice and then have a good practice, that's how you reset, and they did that. I think you're going to see some reinvigorated players today, and I hope that talk did them good.
All right, Coach, you cannot coach experience, right?
Right.
Riley Fisbeck coming in as an assistant coach, played for the University of Alabama and the Texas Longhorns. How does that play into where do you get that kind of assistant coach experience?
Well, that's a personal guilt trip on my part, and I love every minute of it. She serves not only validity. I mean, the girls always respect someone that's working hard, but my God, she played at 2 Division I universities. How can you doubt what she knows?
Right.
So you stand there doing that, but then she has such a relationship with the girls. She wants to be a great coach, and she's uber competitive, obviously. So that brings an extra, oomph to the game. I think that she's going to be a tremendous head coach. She worries me a little bit with some of the things. She's 25. I mean, she's still a baby. She's my daughter's age. So, but she's going to be a phenomenal head coach.
Don't you
I
love
can't
saying
believe
that?
we have her. My daughter's age?
Yeah. She's my daughter's age.
I know, because I'm old.
Hey, you said that. I didn't say that.
We're
right.
so lucky to have her.
The whole coaching staff right now for not only the boys' side but the girls' side, a lot of young faces, a lot of young people, but full of energy. Full of energy.
We added assistant coach Nicole Abercrombie. She was a head coach in Bridge City and in Nederland, head basketball. And at first, it took a little while to get to know her, but man, she fits into the competitive environment. She's one of us now, and she's just as competitive. I'm very proud of what she's learning in volleyball. She's our JV coach. It's not her comfort zone for volleyball, but she's made leaps and bounds and is one of the best learners I've seen as a female head coach. That's kind of a bump if you're an assistant coach. She didn't take it that way. She just wants to learn how we do things. And I can't wait to see how she contributes to our basketball program.
All right, speaking of that competitive spirit, I wanted to ask you about this. Had the alumni game not too long ago, and Riley played for the coaches team.
We had a ringer.
And all the girls were asking if she played a middle or she's like, no, I was on the back row, center.
Yeah, that's the height requirement for back row.
It's kind of cool to see that, knowing, because she's head and shoulders taller than everyone around here, and she's not anywhere near the front row for a big-time Division I program.
Her teammates were 6'8", 6'9", with vertical leaps of 40 inches. Can you imagine?
I cannot.
No,
I cannot.
Giants.
That's always been perplexing to me. All right, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some upcoming events that are going to be happening in the district. Joe Roberts, Karen Slack, Liberty Panther Sports Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You're watching Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. I'm Joe Roberts. Alongside me, Karen Slack, LHS Principal, Girls Coordinator, and Head Softball Coach. We're here at Liberty High School for this 24A continuation between your Liberty Lady Panthers and the Hardin-Jefferson Lady Hawks. And we're just about out of the warm-up phase of pregame. Both teams have taken their defense. Both teams have had the net. And now they're just finishing up their serves. The
eternal warm-up that my old coaching buddies used to gripe about.
And it seems like they get, is it 5-5-2?
5-5-2,
okay, so it's a 12-minute. And
it's actually 17, so it's 5-5-2.
Oh, right, you're right.
5-5-2.
You're right. And when you're sitting there, you've been waiting all day long to play, and everyone's juiced up, they're pumped up. The stadium is just popping with the music, and they're ready to go.
Yeah.
These Lady Panthers trying to rebound, coach, trying to get into the win column. Super important that they don't fall behind early.
Right.
How important is it to win that first set?
I think to set the tone in our gym, that's the priority right now. We have our lineup, and if we start the way I think we're going to start out, the strategy is to get Madison the ball. and that's not a secret. So Hardin-Jefferson probably has some defense according to that, and if they adjust with a double block or a triple block, then Madison needs to be smarter. And then other than that, Morgan's behind her. When Madison's on the back row, she'll be our go-to. And our left side, so we've just got to play really, really good defense and not make a lot of mistakes. Our trademark this year has been attacking errors. And if we can get that category under control, you'll see a great match tonight.
Some years ago, you had Allison Michi over on the left-hand
left
side,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like you fed her the ball
pretty
consistently.
Till her arm fell off. That's usually the strategy.
All right, Coach, well, it's getting pretty close here. Both teams huddled up. We should be getting player introductions and the national anthem momentarily. And I'm going to rotate myself over so I can see the court. Coach, one final thing before we begin, the keys to the game.
Me or Joe?
Oh, they're trying to go to the bullpen. This kid up here. All right, so I'll be there in just 1 second. I'm going to bow out for 1 second. I'm going to turn it over to you, Coach.
I'll let Coach Roberts do that. All right. They're begging for him to do his announcing style. I'm so proud of that. But then we have some chickens at the table that won't take responsibility. All right, we're all waiting for Coach Roberts to do his broadcasting at the table. He's going to call out both lineups. There he is. He's such a trooper. It's always fun to see these communities. We play a lot of softball, a lot of volleyball, a lot of basketball with a lot of these kids, and there's a lot of families in the Hardin-Jefferson stands that we know. So I'm so very proud of how close our communities are. And we're going to listen to their lineups. I'm going to get quiet, and Liberty's lineup is coming up.
Number 5, Katrina Tran. Number 7, Amanda Dawsey. Number 9, Brianna Pantelion. Number 10, the captain, Madison Goodall. Number 11, Number 12, Morgan Vaughn. Number 22, the libero, Reese Evans. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem as performed by LHS choir member Ellie Taylor.
Let's go proudly we
All right, Panther Nation, we've had player introductions.
Beautiful
The national anthem by Ellie
Beautiful.
Hale. Wonderful job by that young lady. Now it's time for some volleyball, Coach. All right, let's buckle in and get to it. See how good my eyes are, Coach.
I got to be able to see.
Do you want to move? You can move
No,
your chair.
no, I'm standing.
All right. So we're getting ready for set number 1, and they play the best of 5. And the best is when you win in 3, right, Coach?
Yeah, that is the best,
especially
best
on a
night
Tuesday
forever.
On the front row for the Lady Panthers, Madison Goodo, Bailey Slack, and it looks like Abby Vickers.
Yeah.
On the back row setting, Katrina Tran, Breezy Pantaleon, and
Should be
looking over there.
Morgan Vaughn.
Oh,
but
Morgan, she's about to come off for Reese.
Right.
Yep.
So it is the lineup that we thought we were going to go with here. It's very strong. Both left sides have a huge vertical leap, and they're our fastest kids in our program out of 100 and something kids. So I know the strategy there is to make sure that nothing falls to the floor.
Well, that's good. So I'm going to talk, and then I'll be quiet. You'll be doing a lot of this talking.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm surmising that they're going to be in serve receive right
Yes.
now with Morgan coming off, and they've worked their lineup backwards.
So serve receive is a strategy also. You want to put your 3 best passers in the middle of the court, and you have some overlapping rules that prohibit you from just putting anybody you want back there, but the strategy is to get the best passer with the ball.
Hardin-Jefferson getting set to begin set number 1 of best of 5. Number 3 serving over the net, going to be fielded cleanly by Pantaleon. Tran with the set, Goodo with the swing, block at the net, and it's going to be a 4-hitter over there, and that's going to be...
That was good.
Yep, that's going to be on Goodo, and so that's going to be point for HJ.
You can see the set drift over. Madison just didn't get it as soon as it got to her right arm, but she'll fix that.
And HJ, number 3, serving into the net, and that's going to be a side out. Can we even say side out? That's my old days.
It's the old days,
That's
but
the
I
old
think it's
days.
still a thing.
Yeah, it's going to be
You
now.
just get a point now.
Well, that's right. And it looks as though Dawsey serving for the Lady Panthers. That's going to come over, set to the net, to the middle, and Reese Evans not able to handle that.
That's Carrington Dawson, number 7 for Hardin-Jefferson. She is going to commit to Baylor for softball.
Don't you love that?
Big vertical leap on Carrington.
Once again, the serve. Deep serve. Dawsey fields it cleanly. Nice
That's it.
set. And that's going to be blocked right at the net. Not able to get over the tall hands of number 7.
So Katrina needs to see where Carrington's set up and go in or out based on that so Madison can hit the ball.
Again, deep to the corner to Dawsey, and that's going to be a quick.
That's a dump.
Yes. Back over to the left side.
Good spot. Good spot.
And nice.
So perimeter defense, you see Hardin-Jefferson in perimeter defense, so they're very much in the middle of the court, so deep spots are always open. So slow roll works a lot.
And I'm glad you corrected me. I didn't mean that quick. It's a move along the net. I mean, she did that quickly.
Yes.
Adverbs, they help.
English teacher.
That's
Ace.
right. An ace from Bailey Slack. She was one of the familiar faces missing on Tuesday when the Lady Panthers dropped to Splendora. Nice to see her back. Currently tied 3-3 in set number 1.
If you see Coach Fisbeck, if you're watching and she's on the bench, she has her clipboard up. She's calling numbers of spots for serves.
It's a nice knuckle serve there. Hard swing right off the tip of the net. Able to put that free ball back over. Just over the block. Jump
That's
set.
it right there. See the cut?
And nice cut.
So what
Madison
Katrina did was put the ball inside of Katrina's Carrington on Hardin-Jefferson's side, her left arm, so Madison could cut back. And so Carrington was blocking the other area of the court, which gives us a kill.
You don't see a lot of this when you're just watching. You don't get this nuanced strategy. Another nice knuckle serve. Back set, and that's going to come off the block, and that's going to be a point for the Lady Hawks. 4-4, and they will get the ball back.
We need to square up our arms on that. We were a little bit sideways with our right arms. The ball fell through.
And And Carrington getting set to serve for the Lady Hawks. A jump serve will be dug up by Bailey. And the swing from Breezy.
That's it. It's a kill.
That was nice. Coming right down the line and not able to be passed cleanly.
Breezy has an unorthodox swing. If you'll notice, she hangs back and her arm stays forward, so it's very hard to see when she's swinging.
Goodo with the serve, just over the net. And coming right down Main Street, that net did move, and they didn't call that. That must have been against the Lady Panthers. That's going to be a tip and a point for the Lady Hawks, and we're knotted again at 5. Number 10 for HJ serving. Another soft jump serve. Goodo passes it up to Tran, right side. Vaughn off the tip, still in the air. Carrington free ball. Evans to Tran, and Breezy swings. Tran again pushes it back over deep. And a monster right down that outside alley.
That's a nice hard arm on the left side. Number 5 put that ball down the line. If anybody needs to know, a line shot is very effective if you can hit it consistently. And they've got a nice, really big block against our left side.
Again, the nice jump serve. Tran with the set to the left. Vaughn swings. Pulled up cleanly. And again, Goodo with the dig. Tran with the set to the middle, or the back, rather.
It's a Madison back row attack.
And Carrington pushes over the block, still alive. Gonna have to send the free ball back to the right. And nice block of the net. And Tran, the shortest one on the court, making her presence known at the net.
She's strong. Jarissa Hill is number 11. She's the opposite of Carrington. And she's a big block and a nice attack, too.
Sorry, Coach, I thought we had a replay there for a second. Okay. Katrina Tran getting set to serve for the Lady Panthers. 6 all. Set number 1, just over the net. And back set. And it's going to be blocked at the net, and it's going to get down in the back right corner. And the Lady Hawks going to take control of the ball again. So far in this early contest, a back and forth affair, Coach.
Yeah. They're strong blockers and attackers. We're going to have to play ball.
Good hard jump serve, and that's going to duck down right in front of Breezy and not going to be able to get that up cleanly. Point for the Lady Hawks. Number 5 serving for HJ.
There you go.
Right into the net. She tried to cut that, or actually, I bet she probably mishit that.
I think so. You'll notice in that serve receive, that's not our strongest serve receive because our setter's coming from the back row, but that does put our best passers in rotation.
Breezy getting set to serve for the Lady Panthers, trailing by 1 point. And right to the middle, set to the left side, swing from 9, dug up cleanly. Tran tries to pull it up, gonna have to free ball back from Breezy. Another right side set, and it's gonna go right back into the net. And they got lucky on that one, Coach. And Vickers tries to put it away, not able to. Hardin-Jefferson coming back over the top of Vickers, and that's going to be point for Lady Hawks. Libero on to serve for Hardin-Jefferson, in control of game number 197, although it has been a back and forth affair, both teams trying to fill each other out early.
The movement of the ball was good by Tran, but Vickers needs to go line on that last shot.
Vaughn with a big swing and not able to get it down, and that's going to be point for Hardin-Jefferson. They currently lead 10-7 in set number 1 of the best of 5 in this 24A contest between your Liberty Lady Panthers and the Hardin-Jefferson Lady Hawks. A good jump knuckle serve. Nice swing from Goodo, and it gets down.
That spot's open all night long.
Yeah, that's right, and they kill that attack from Hardin-Jefferson. Now Reese Evans, and as we're waiting for Reese, the replay's up, Coach.
All right. Now you can see the girls have a hard time getting that ball to the target. And then a back row attack was not successful.
Reese Evans able to put it right into her in her wheelhouse, not able to handle that. Going to go sail long. Evans again with the service. And going to be attacking that deep corner.
It's a nice spot. You'll notice that Fisbeck's serving them deep so that they have to move back with the ball, and that's a difficult serve to return.
So far, working strategy for the Lady Panthers. Evans again with the service. And tried to attack short, not quite able to get it over the net. And that's going to be a side out for Hardin-Jefferson. 10 coming on for number 1. Number 3 serving for HJ. Good flat serve, Tran, left side. Good
That's it right there.
With a monster swing
So
cross.
if you'll notice, those blockers went all the way out to the antenna, which left the angle open for Madison to cut the ball. We need a lot more of that.
All tied up. Dawsey now on to serve for the Lady Panthers. Middle set, or back set rather, off the block.
Big block. Good.
Tran having to put it back to the left side.
Too deep of a tip by Bailey. Now we have a free ball. We need to put the ball away.
Again into the block. Tran
Nice,
pushing it to the
nice.
back.
That's it right there.
And catches them napping.
Smart girl. That right back corner's open all night long. They shrink their defense in the middle of the court, so that ball's open.
You talked about that earlier, Coach, about how important the setter being smart was, and that was just a smart play.
Smart serve there. Yep.
And another
So
point.
every team has their weakest rotation, and you can see the Hardin-Jefferson struggling in this rotation.
Dawsey with some good spots so far. Lady Panthers leading 13-11 in game number 1, or set number 1 rather. Back set. Tries to push it over the block. Tran
That's
with that
it.
jump dump right there. Very, very smart.
So remember we talked about a left-handed setter? Well, Katrina's right-handed, but she made that look like she was setting and dumped the ball really nice.
And currently she's on the front row, so
Yes.
she can attack, and that's what makes her so dangerous right now.
It's hard to defend that.
Another good serve. Pantaleon right there. Tran with the cross. And Slack not able to put that one away. Hardin-Jefferson with the block, and they'll take control of the ball again. Now trailing by 2, 12-14. The Lady Panthers taking the biggest lead that they've had all night.
The big solid block over there versus our left side.
Tran with the set to the left. Slack over the block. Left set coming down the line, and Dawsey not able to handle that. And that's going to be a point for HJ.
Number 5 has a heavy arm down the line. We need to be more proactive with our attacks. The tips that we're giving Hardin-Jefferson are a little bit too easy.
Dawsey clean. Back set from
Nice
Tran.
cut.
And great swing by Madison Godot. And the Lady Panthers have a point and the ball back.
Madison has a nice deceptive move where she looks like she's going deep angle and then cuts back to it.
If you're watching the replay, you can see exactly how she approaches and how pretty that looks. Attacking that
That's
back
it.
corner again.
Now we got a free ball. When we get free balls, that's supposed to be a kill every time. That's a lift.
That's what it looked like. And that's going to be a double right there, and point for the Lady Panthers. And you talked about this earlier about how high Madison can jump, Coach. She seemed to hang up in the air and buy cotton candy before she came down.
She's got a nice vertical leap.
Attacking deep again, this time to the middle, set to the left, and the block coming down the net. Trying to dump it over
That's a free
the block.
ball.
And Breezy off the tip, and that's going to be another kill for the Lady Panthers.
If you've got a huge block and you've got to make sure that you're getting an attack in, the best thing to do is if you can't hit over it and it's already in front of you, you look for their fingertips at the top and use it. It's called a tool. And Breezy did a nice job of that and seeing their fingertips.
All right. HJ going to take their first timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You're watching Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Karen Slack, and after the first timeout from Hardin-Jefferson, Lady Panthers leading 17-13 in set number 1 rather, and that's going to be into the net from the left-hand side, and that's going to be another point. Early on, this was a back and forth. Here in the last minute and a half or so, the Lady Panthers have taken some control with this particular rotation they're in, Coach.
I like the way we're serving. I like the way we are attacking certain spots. The cuts on the front row are really impressive. We need to keep that up.
Reese Evans and Breezy swinging, and that's going to come back into the net and going to fall down for HJ. And after several points, HJ finally getting the ball control back. Carrington back serving for HJ. Lady Panthers leading 18-14 in set number 1 of the best of 5. Dawsey, Tran. Breezy right over the block and still alive. Gonna have to send the free ball, attacking deep.
Good job.
And Reese able to pull away from that.
Hardin-Jefferson let us have that one. That should have been a kill on their part. They got a free ball.
And now Madison Goodo set to serve for the Lady Panthers. And not enough to get over the net. And that's going to be, what do you call that, a service error, Coach?
Yes, a service error. I mean, Madison doesn't make them very often.
Number 10 serving for HJ. HJ trailing 15-19 in set number 1.
And you'll notice their M2 is Darissa Hill, and she's on the front row now in the middle.
Use her hands. Quick to Morgan. Tran again, attacking the left-hand side.
Nice
Breezy cutting right across the court, and that's how you do it.
That's the sweet spot. You notice number 3 and number 11 went out to the antenna again, and all she has to do is cut it back to left back.
Looking at the replay there, you can see, and I'm a little bit behind that, but she came across. That was as pretty as you draw it up. And now Tran set to serve for the Lady Panthers. Coming across, attacking deep.
She served area 1, which is the most difficult.
And having to put that free ball, attacking that deep corner.
We'll take that.
That's going to work out for the Lady Panthers.
We'll take that.
Lady Panthers leading 21-15. We talked about this earlier, Coach, how important it is to win set number 1 and set the tone. It doesn't mean you're going to win the match, but it definitely doesn't hurt.
It's our gym. We should set the tone. I like the way we're playing. Good spot.
Yeah, nice spot. And got to send the free ball up and over.
This is where we should put the ball away. We got a nice free ball. There it is.
Again, a nice kill from the, I keep wanting to say freshman. She's not a freshman.
She's not anymore. Breezy's got just a nice little quick step. She hardly has an attack approach, which is uncommon. She's just really athletic.
And Tran to serve, attacking that deep side. Number 11
out.
Hitting it long, and Evans smartly not playing that at her eye level. And now we're going to get a timeout from Hardin-Jefferson, their last one. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You're watching Lady Panther softball. I said softball. You stopped that, Karen Slack. You're watching Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Lady Panthers leading set number 1 of the best of 5, 23-15 over the Hardin-Jefferson Lady Hawks. Katrina Tran serving for the Lady Panthers. Again, attacking that right-hand side. And that's going to come right off the block, back into play. And Evans with a nice dig. Jump set, back row attack, Goodo pushes the ball over. Left set, Vickers able to push it up. Tran to Breezy, and not able to hit that down ball into the net, and that's going to be Hardin-Jefferson ball for the point.
It's another thing, there's an unspoken rule in volleyball that after a timeout, you never miss a serve, so we were tough that way. Good
hard jump. Evans to Tran. Vaughn coming back to the right. Number 9, right into the block. Morgan Vaughn with the block.
Big hands, and you see her push back. You watch Morgan's hands when she makes contact and pushes it back into the center of the court. See it there? That's a block kill.
And that's going to bring up Breezy for the game, or for the set point here. 24-16. Deep middle, left set,
Off speed.
and that's going to be in no man's land. Lady Panthers not able to handle that.
Hardin-Jefferson's making an adjustment on our big block. That slow roll stuff is in an open area of the court.
Libero back on number 4, getting set to serve. HJ 17, Lady Panthers 24 in set number 1 of the best of 5. Good-o. Tran jump set. And they're going to call a double.
Not sure I saw that.
And I'm guessing that her hands were just a bit off kilter there.
Looked clean to me.
It definitely sounded clean. Good-o again, jump, back set, and this time Vaughn able to reach back into her back pocket. Breezy to Tran. Bailey, and not able to pull it down the line. That's going to sail long. Point for HJ, trying to crawl back into this one.
You see Baylor make a common mistake, attackers. They try to go over a big block instead of making a cut.
Deep serve, Good-o handles it. Tran back set to Vaughn. Coming across the court.
Very nice.
Kill. And the Lady Panthers are going to take set number 1, 25-19. And we're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this.
You can watch Morgan cut that back corner, and the block's blocking line, more line, so she makes a good cut. Oh.
Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Karen Slack, producer Richard Ewing here at Liberty High School. Your Lady Panthers in the middle of a 24-8 contest, dropping the first 24-8 game last week against Splendora, and now trying to rebound and get the win column against HJ, and doing a fine job of that, winning set number 1, 25-19. Coach, it means a lot to win the first set, but more importantly, the adjustments that Coach Anderson made as the game went along, very tight back and forth early on.
Yeah, I think the girls are seeing the block early, and that's the key, because Hardin-Jefferson has a very large block. So if they keep doing that, I think we're going to be just fine.
Lady Panthers really doing well this year. 16-11 on the season, not indicative of the level of talent they've been facing all season long. Had some monster tournaments early on that really helped them get into the spirit of what they were going to see in this very difficult 24-A, Coach.
Now, one of them was Conroe. They were number 1 in 6A. Unbelievable, but yeah, they played them early, and we hung with them. I think we went 25-20, 25-18 in the tournament, which is a win in my column. There's some big athletic girls that play for Conroe.
Yeah, that's a win, I think, in most people's column, Coach. Under a minute to go here between sets. Lady Panthers switching sides of the court as is customary during a volleyball contest. If you're just joining us, thank you. I want to thank our sponsors, Michelle Mangum Marandino and C. Bruce Stratton, our scoreboard sponsors, both attorneys in the Liberty Township. And I want to thank the Liberty ISD Education Foundation for all of the stuff that they do for us. A lot of the equipment that we're using made possible because of a grant and sponsorship from that organization. Coach, you got some big stuff coming up next week. Homecoming. Are you excited?
Yeah, I can't contain it. The kids love it, so I always like when the kids are happy. It's just a lot It's a lot.
I want to know if you
high school's got a lot.
Did you dust off your homecoming dress? That's what I want to know.
I knew you'd bring that up.
Don't you worry.
I don't think it fits anymore.
We've got something special.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
Well, the Lady Hawks serve first in set number 1. Lady Panthers will be serving first in set number 2. And Reese will be serving first. On the court for the Lady Panthers, Madison Goodo, Bailey Slack, Abby Biggers in the front. Katrina Tran, Breezy Pantaleon, and Reese Evans on the back row for the Lady Panthers.
It's a good strategy to let your senior libero serve first. It's a good offensive strategy.
Reese with a nice flat serve right over the top of the net. Back set to try to dump it over the block. Tran with the jump set to the back. Vickers with the swing. And Goodo gets her hand up there and puts that ball back, and that's going to be a point for the Lady Panthers.
You can see that Hardin-Jefferson was trying to run a middle quick with Carrington Dawson, who should be their go-to attacker, but the left side wasn't ready for that outlet.
Evans again with a nice deep serve this time. Hits Carrington in the hands. Tran with the jump set to the left, right off the top of the block. And free ball back over Evans. Jump set and nice cut from Goodo. And the Lady Hawks not able to handle that.
You can see that Hardin-Jefferson was ready for a hard, quick attack for Madison, and Madison read that very well and soft tip right to center front. That's a specialty for her.
Yeah, that's how I hit all the time because
Soft
I can't
tip.
swing at all. This time attacking the right-hand side.
Interesting. They back row set someone that doesn't normally attack.
And Breezy able to save it. Goodo, yes, able to get over the net.
Big save, cross.
And Reese digs it up. Tran to the back. And nice swing from Breezy. And Hardin-Jefferson able to find that deep pocket on the left-hand side. And after all of that, much ado about nothing, and HJ takes control of the ball.
You can see that they slow rolled that one, and sometimes that's the best off-speed swing in the back row. And we weren't ready for it.
Number 9 serving for HJ. HJ trailing 1-2 in set number 2. Nice flat serve. Breezy pops it up. And Abby Vickers trying to get underneath it and not quite there. It's going to go right into the net. 2-2 HJ Liberty. Flat serve, Breezy not able to get a bunch on it. Goodo forced to hit the free ball. And a hard swing from Carrington, and Pantaleon nothing more than able to get out of the way on that one.
So a good strategy for us right now would be something to deter them from getting the ball to Carrington. She's obviously their best attacker with number 5 is their other one. So some really strategic serving or tip placement where she's got to be out of place. Let's call it out of system.
Goodo with the cross. And this time hitting off the block are the HJ Lady Hawks, and they grab another point. Right now the back row having a hard time getting the ball to Tran so that she can get a clean set.
Katrina needs to have some kill sets.
Reese Evans with the nice.
Very nice pass. That's it.
And finally through the middle of the block, Goodo goes right between 7 and 10, and the Lady Panthers get control of that. Dossie on for Abby Vickers, and Amanda Dossie set the serve for the Lady Panthers.
As repetitive in practice, it all starts with a pass in volleyball.
Right to the middle, libero pushes it up to 3. 5 with the swing, and Goodo with a nice block.
You'll notice Madison takes up a lot of space at the net, so it's hard to hit through her. I'd like to see Amanda serve someone else besides that red jersey.
Dossie again.
There it is.
Nice. Right over, back set, and Evans not able to handle the swing from Carrington, and the HJ Lady Hawks take control of the ball again.
If you'll notice, Carrington hits in different spots in serve receive. That's pretty effective. Sometimes the team doesn't recognize where she's hitting. Carrington really is just now serving a big role on this team. I remember freshman and sophomore year, she didn't play very much at all. She was still kind of gangly, but now she's turned into a tremendous volleyball player.
And that's going to be double on HJ. And that was nice. It started with the pass. Dossie had a great pass to Tran, and the swing was wonderful, and HJ not able to handle it.
So what you teach on something like that, if it hits the ceiling, you always forearm past that.
Bailey Slack serving for the Lady Panthers. And again into the net. Lady Panthers with uncharacteristic service errors rather.
We need to refocus back at the service line. It's one of our strongest areas if we do it right.
Dossie.
Very nice
to Tran.
pass.
Jump back
There
set
it is.
off the block. Good-o, and that's how you draw it up, Coach.
You can see the success level when we get a good pass. Katrina can put a kill set to our best attackers.
Madison Good-o with the service for the Lady Panthers. Vaughn, Breezy, and Tran on the front row right now for the Lady Panthers. And that's going to sail just a bit long. And another service error. And it's going to be Lady Hog ball. Good-o, clean to Tran, across to Breezy.
Somebody's in that.
And the swing from Vaughn, ultimately the one that prevailed, 7-7.
You can see the setters having a hard time getting around the middles. The middles are standing complacent. They're supposed to be moving around the center.
Vickers coming back on for Dossie. As Vickers moving on to the front row now with Vaughn and Breezy Pantelian. Tran serving right to the middle. And not able to handle that. Those balls that come right over the top of the net, Coach, how tough is that?
Well, it takes a lot of finger skill up there. You got to be ready for those kinds of things, but they are hard to defend.
Tran again with the serve.
That's a nice serve.
Clean to the left.
Out.
And not able to get it down.
So you see Morgan and Abby were set up strong on the angle, and number 9, I think, had to go short angle and was out.
Again, Tran with the serve right over the net.
Cross.
Reese with a nice pass to Tran from the back row. Good-o. Another pass to Tran. Back set to Vickers.
Good idea. Moving the set around a lot. That's good strategy.
And no man's land. Just a little dump ball.
So I'd like to see Morgan open up a little earlier for the libero to get through that, because Morgan's a big girl. It's hard to see through her.
Hardin-Jefferson trailing 8-9. Libero serving for the Lady Hawks. And that's going to be a weird touch, and that's going to go right into the net. I'm really surprised they didn't call a double on her. But it did not matter as she hit into the net. All tied up at 9 in set number 2. Lady Panthers leading 1-0. This time a clean pass
That's a
to
nice
Tran.
pass. That's
And
it.
Vaughn with the hammer.
Number 9 took that off the shoulder.
Better her than me. I probably would have curled up in a fetal position.
It's a nice cut by Morgan. You see the block floating the other way, and she cut it back.
Grana Pantelian serving for the Lady Panthers. Slack, Vickers, and Vaughn on the front row. Back to the libero. And this time Vaughn not able to get purchase on the ball, hitting into the net, and that's going to be Lady Hawk ball. Number 10 back on for number 1, and probably the biggest front row that the Lady Hawks can put on the court right now. Tran, cross, Slack forced to push over the block.
That's it.
And that's going to fall harmlessly right in that no man's land, right on the net, Coach.
Vickers needs to be careful. She broke her wrist a little bit. It looks like that was close to a net violation. I'd like to see her go straight up on that.
Reese Evans, the libero, serving for the Lady Panthers. Right to Carrington in the middle. Set to the left. And it's going to come off the block and hit the ground, or hit the court, and it's going to be a point for the the Lady Hawks.
So I know that Coach Fizbeck's wanting us to serve Carrington tough, so it takes her out of system a lot if she has to pass the ball.
And the serve, Slack, passes to Tran. To the left side, Goodo coming down the middle. Free ball, Evans picks it up. Tran pushes it to Breezy, right over the net. Still alive.
We're going to get a free ball. Here's where we want to put a kill set.
Nice pass to Tran.
And that's who I would go to.
Good save. Again, Reese, nice pass
to
the
the good
front.
spot. Right over the block is an open spot and deep corners.
Back set to Vickers,
That's
swing, and she's going to get the better end of that. They're going to call a lift on the left-hand side of HJ. The crowd not liking that, but it is what it is.
Our setter's doing a good job of moving the ball around, so it makes there's blockers spread out and have to cover a lot of ground on a fast attack.
Dawsey serving for the Lady Panthers, leading 12-11 in set number 2. Going again deep to that back corner. Back set to Carrington. Nice solid swing. Tran to the left. And Bailey coming right down the net.
See the strategy there? There's nobody on defense on that left front side.
Nice spot for the Lady Panthers. Dawsey again serving. Slack, Tran, and Goodo on the front row for the Lady Panthers. Just over. And she was able to get the pancake, but not able to get it back over.
Hit the floor, didn't it?
It did. She had a great hand placement on that one.
You can see Amanda moving the ball around. I know she's got a great serve. It dives right over the net, but she's making those passers move left and right.
Dawsey again with service for the Lady Panthers. This time attacking deep middle. Libero not able to field it cleanly. Dawsey with the dig. Pass to Slack, and that's going to hit the antenna. And that's going to be a point for the Lady Hawks. I don't know how country I just sounded, but I said antenna.
Is that your Corrigan? Is that your Corrigan?
That's right. That's my Corrigan.
It's your Corrigan roots.
That's right. It's just creeping out on me. Carrington with the jump serve.
It's a nice move on the set
Goodo
right
with
there.
the swing right over the top of the block, or on the tip of the block. Evans, nice dig, and attack from Tran at the net. Pass from Slack, Tran back to Slack.
That's it right there.
Cutting across off of Carrington, and that's going to be a point for the Lady Panthers.
If you see Hardin-Jefferson's defense, they're moving to the right side of the court as Bailey's attacking, and she cuts it back to the left side, and there's no defense there. That's where you see the shank. Very nice.
Slack on to serve for the Lady Panthers. Breezy, Tran, Goodo on the front row, and the second time in a row that Bailey has been in the net. And still feeling some of the effects of being out last week, Coach.
Yeah, I think that's a focus issue.
Lady Hawks trailing 13-15. Deep to Evans. Tran, quick in the middle. Goodo finds the back, and that's going to get just in. Point for the Lady Panthers.
Katrina's doing a very good job of getting the ball to our best attackers and doing a good job of moving the ball around at the same time. It's a good mixture.
Madison Goodo with service for the Lady Panthers. And attack that back right. Not clean.
It's a free ball
over. Vaughn with the pass. And back to Vaughn. Nice shot down the middle. Hawks coming back, and that's going to sail long. It's going to be a point for the Lady Panthers.
You can see the number 5's getting frustrated because the block's so big, and she's having to try to go over it. She does not cut the ball as well as I think she could, so her line shot is getting out a lot.
And it's 17-13 Lady Panthers. The Lady Hawks going to take their first time out. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You're watching Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Set number 2 of the best of 5. Lady Panthers leading 1-0. Currently leading 17-13 in set number 2. Madison Godot with service for the Lady Panthers.
This is where we need to be strong. This is Hardin-Jefferson's weaker rotation.
Godot, nice spot in the back. Back set and trying to come across and finding Dossie in the hands. Reactionary right there, Coach.
Number 5 found a little niche there. She ran a slide. That means it's an angle shot and a quicker attack.
HJ coming out of the timeout, picking up the point. Now with the service. Another jump set.
Perfect pass.
Back set from
That's
Tran.
There's the
Good
key.
swing from Breezy coming across, and that's going to be a point off the tip.
So you see the common theme. If we get what's called a 3-option set, Katrina can put it to any attacker in a kill zone.
Tran, the setter, now serving. And nice flat.
Excellent. Excellent.
And that's going to be fielded not cleanly, and that's going to be a good service.
So if you're talking about die-hard coaching here, my strategy was to serve the girl that just shanked the ball every single time.
Oh, you're trying to water boy them. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir.
Tran again with service. Very
looks
nice.
like it.
And just a bit long. Almost found that back. Not quite. And that's going to be...
It's a good strategy. That was a really close ball. We'll take close balls just like that. And she just sailed it. But that number 1 spot should be a good service zone for Katrina.
Libero, Breezy, nice pass. Tran to the middle. This time Vaughn with the hammer, but they're going to call her in the net.
She was. The perfect pass by Breezy. Morgan just follows through too much.
Libero serving for HJ. HJ trailing 16-19. Reese with a nice pass to Tran. Back set to Breezy. This time off the tip of the block. Left side attack. And Vaughn able to dig it up. And Reese trying to come back across with a quick strike. And that's going to sail. And this time the Lady Panthers are going to take a timeout. While they're taking a timeout, let's take a look at that last replay, Coach.
Yeah, Morgan just follows through too much. We teach a jump stop. When you get too close to the net, you go straight up. She just followed through.
Right now, the Lady Panthers kind of in control, Coach Slack. And the danger here is that they let their guard down a little bit. Important to take set number 2 and just really put HJ in a hole.
When you can see their strongest lineup is on the front row right now. When Carrington makes it up to left front, that's their strongest offense. So we need to make sure we take care of the things we can take care of, like our serves.
Lady Panthers leading the best of 5 sets, 1-0. Currently leading set number 2, 19-17. HJ with service right now.
We need a break serve here. She stepped on the line.
That was pretty clear. And communication error right there.
She just called foot fault.
And
we didn't call it. She just called foot fault.
She did. And she's going to leave it over there. Right off the net. And Evans having to attack from the back row. Left side attack. Evans passes it up. Breezy forced to push the ball over. And right there with the block, Morgan Vaughn with the stop.
We got really lucky there. I don't know if you saw the chaos on the court, but we were out of system for a lot of those balls.
Bailey Slack coming back on for Reese Evans. Breezy serving for the Lady Panthers. Slack, Vickers, and Vaughn on the front row for the Lady Panthers. And deep. Left side to Carrington, off the block, and that's going to be a point for HJ. HJ now trailing 1 point here in set number 2.
And you can see that Carrington is strong from the left side also, and they use her off serve receive, so she's a little quicker and take her out of the passing scheme. She was clean there.
Bailey not able to get a clean pass to Katrina. And some poor passing there, Coach.
Got to get a pass.
20-20 in set number 2. And the Lady Panthers trying to get purchase.
That's the pass. Now we need to put it away.
Back set.
That's it.
And this time off the block, Morgan Vaughn. And it looked like the wheels were falling off, and they closed the door of the bus right there.
You
and got
can
the
see
point
how
back.
simple it is, even though it's not that simple. When we get a pass to our setter, we can kill it.
Reese Evans service for the Lady Panthers, leading 21-20 in set number 2. Right down the middle, off the block. Godot and Tran pushing it deep to that corner.
That's a mistake by their libero. Now we have a free ball.
And Tran with the set to the
And
middle.
we push it through.
And Madison Godot is
That
able
was
to
big.
get them.
That was really big. That libero did not push a ball where the setter could get to it, and we got a free ball off of something that should have been a kill.
And it looked like their middle and their right side were off the net just a little bit, Coach.
I'm not sure what their coach is complaining about either. Must be a net call.
Evans again with the serve, 22-20. Libero.
That's a mistake.
And some miscommunication there. And
Wow. You got a free ball again.
gonna push it back to the deep. Evans, Tran to the left, Bailey Slack.
Nice spot. Line shot by Bailey Slack. Good defense.
Slack again. Tran back to Vickers.
Not sure why we did that.
And Vickers not able to find the middle into the net, and that's going to be HJ ball.
So, you know, those big repetitive movements like that when we're going back and forth, and Madison's got to be the kill shot.
HJ trailing 21-22 in set number 2. Slack with the dig.
Decent
Tran
pass.
to
Nice
Godot. Nice swing, and Godot puts it away, and that's going to be a 2-point lead. Dossie on for Vickers.
If I'm Coach Anderson right now, we're going to Madison every single ball right now, and you can see that Katrina's the short girl on the front row, and then Bailey is also a left side that's decent, but Madison's our kill.
Dossie with a nice serve. Back set. Off the block.
Good dig by Reese. That's it.
And nice down the line, and that's going to be in. Bailey Slack, you talked about it just a second ago.
Effective shot by Bailey Slack right when we needed it. I guess she heard me call her decent.
And with that, HJ going to take a timeout. We're going to take one with him. We'll be right back. Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Karen Slack, producer Richard Ewing in set number 2 of the best of 5 Lady Panthers, 24-21 in this set point, leading sets 1-0, looking to take a 2-set lead. Dossie with the serve to the middle.
Oh, that's a lift.
And that's going to be a lift, and that's going to do it for set number 2.
Textbook lift, honey. Textbook lift.
Your Lady Panthers taking a commanding 2-0 lead, and they're going to switch sides of the court. And we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about next week's game. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Karen Slag, producer Richard Ewing. Lady Panthers taking a commanding 2-0 lead in the best of 5. And while we've got a minute or two, a couple of things cool happening around the district, Coach Slack. This coming Saturday, my first ever runner attending the Nike South Invitational. Senior Patrick Flowers flying this year, and he's going to get all he can handle on Saturday against some of the state's top talent.
You got to love that kid. He wants more competition every week, and he's going to get it. And I love his no-fear approach. I just want to be better, Coach. And I think we can all agree Patrick's been that way for a long time.
There's no doubt about
Deserves that shot, and I hope he goes and competes very well and gets something out of it. It's only going to make him better.
He's the back-to-back champion in the 1600, the 3200, and the 5K, and he's looking for the trifecta this year, and he's really just racing very well. 15:27 on the season. Before this year, I had never had a kid in the 16s, and now he's been in the 15s multiple times.
Yeah. What was his time this weekend?
This weekend he was a 16:05, and he beat the next person by almost a minute.
Yeah.
So he had
looked
throttled
strong.
back. Yeah.
He looked really strong in our home meet.
All right. Friday on football, the Liberty Panther Sports Network will be in West Orange as the Liberty Panthers take on 9-4A opponent, the West Orange Stark Mustangs.
In a nice new stadium. West Orange Stark built a very nice new turf stadium last year. We didn't get to go play there last year, so it's our opportunity to go see how nice their facility is.
All right, getting set, just about ready to kick into set number 3 of the best of 5. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask, Coach.
Oh, okay.
I gotta find out where my child is. I know where my child is. I'm not a bad parent.
Oh, we did. I didn't know that. I thought we were opposite. Oh, yeah. I think I've slept that one off.
And the down official trying to make sure the rotation is correct. And I got to tell you, the early season contests, when you're trying to figure out your rotations, those are the most heartbreaking, head-scratching things ever when people are not where they're supposed to be, especially if there's an injury and someone's gone.
It takes a few weeks to get that under control, even on the best teams.
And HJ serving.
Perfect pass by Bailey.
Goodo with a hard swing, and HJ forced us in the free ball. Evans to Tran, and trying to come over the top of the block, and another dump attempt from Tran into the net. And that'll be a point for HJ, number 3, serving for the Lady Hawks. Nice, right over the net.
Good save by Katrina.
Back set to 10. And Evans able to dig that up. Vickers coming across. And number 9 with the swing, Evans again. And they're going to call Vickers in the net, and that's going to be a point for the Lady Hawks. You talked about Abby's youth, and perhaps that's showcasing right there.
You can see some of her inconsistency, but she's just a sophomore, and she's going to be tremendous for us.
Nice swing from Goodo,
That's
forces
a gift.
an air.
That was a gift.
And Lady Panthers able to end the rally from HJ. Amanda Dossie on to serve for the Lady Panthers, trailing 1-2 in set number 3, but leading ultimately 2-0. Set to the left, 10 into the net, and that's going to be another point for the Lady Panthers.
You can see Dossie does a good job of moving the ball around, and they're going after number 7 so that she's out of serve receive.
Dossie again with the high floater. And Goodo jumping into the rafters. And looking at the replay, Coach.
You see how Madison just goes up there with such finesse. She's also strong, but she's got a lot of skill level at the top of the net.
And mistake begets mistake, and the Lady Hawks not able to handle that. Dossie again with another service point.
Dossie does a good job of hiding where she's going with the serve, and they're guessing. And you see they're moving their serve receive around now.
Dossie again attacking deep this time. Back set. And Evans with a nice pass to Tran, attacking the back row. Goodo with a good save. Dump to the deep from Tran.
Corners are open.
And a nice down the line. Well, was that down the line or in the alley, Coach?
It was in the alley. When you hit the seams like that, that's something you want to do with a libero that plays center back. A lot of liberos play left back. Ours plays center back.
HJ getting the serve back. 9 right over the net.
Net
Tran.
serve. Nice spot.
Great swing from Bailey, and that is going to go out of bounds. Lady Panthers get the ball back.
If they keep giving Bailey that shot, then she needs to be there. That's indefensible if she keeps going left.
And this time we're going to see our first action from number 1, Ashton Cordova, coming on for Bailey Slack. And I kind of thought this was going to happen with the service errors.
We might as well give someone else a shot, give Bailey a little break mentally. She'll get back in the game.
Beautiful serve from Cordova. And into
Never
the
cross,
net.
that's 4.
Not able to handle that. Lady Panthers retaining possession, point, leading 6-3. Cordova again in service.
This is a big spot for number 1, Ashton Cordova. She's a freshman, and to serve in a big district ball game in a pressure situation is going to serve her a lot later.
Evans able to put that ball back over. Nice
It's a good dig by Dossie.
Dossie coming up big for the Lady Panthers. HJ not able to handle that. Well, actually, I lied to you. They were able to handle that.
I like Coach Anderson's strategy where she got some people some playing time and got Bailey off the court for a mental break, even though it looks like she's having another mental break now.
Slack back on for Cordova. Carrington serving for HJ. And right to Bailey
Perfect
Slack.
pass.
Tran to Breezy off the block. Back set to 10. Forces
That's an
the free
opportunity.
ball. Tran again, jump set.
Smart.
And Goodo tried to come over and not quite able to find the line. That was very smart, though.
I still like it.
When you can jump that high and hang in the air, you can do a lot of things that people like me cannot.
It's a good strategy to go soft when you've been hitting it hard.
Number 7 serving again for HJ. HJ trailing 5-6 in set number 3, and ultimately trailing your Lady Panthers 2-0.
Short serve.
And that's going to be an ace. Haven't seen that yet tonight. The first ace for HJ. And Tran trying to dump it over. And that's going to be out. Lady Panthers on the tip.
The key is not the blocking error, it's the free balls we keep giving Hardin-Jefferson so they can set up a strong attack. And right now, this is their weakest front row.
Tran across the court.
The tip's too high.
Evans with the pass to Tran. Back to Breezy.
That's it.
And this time she puts it away off the chest of number 9.
So the key there, you saw number 10 go all the way out to the antenna and open a lane for Breezy to put the ball away.
Madison Goodo setting up for the Lady Panthers. Both teams knotted at 7 in this game 3, or set number 3. High to the back. And number 11 sails it long, and that's going to be another point for Liberty.
No way there's a touch on that ball. It's 30 feet out.
And this time Reese going to step on for Bailey. Goodo with a nice serve to the right-hand side. Evans pass to Tran. Back to Breezy, and she puts it away down the line.
Very nice. Very nice.
Lady Panthers.
This is where we need to pounce in rotation with Hardin-Jefferson. They have a hard time attacking out of this rotation, so we need to keep getting points here.
Goodo again with service. Lady Panthers leading 9-7. Deep to Carrington.
It's a free ball. It's a gift.
Breezy to Tran. Quick to Vaughn, attacking the back. Another free ball. Evans. Tran back to Vaughn. And this time she puts it away on the right.
See how Morgan deceived number 11, Jarissa Hill? She made her come to her left side and cut it back to the right.
Godot again with the service. Attacking that back once again. Back set, Evans to Tran. Breezy off the block, and that's going to fall.
I know that you can watch this, and I am biased, but we leap off the floor strong. And Breezy and Morgan are cousins, and they jump like cousins.
Well, at 11-7 in the third set, HJ is going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to see the hit of the game.
Empty backfield. Pressure, and Colby Ewing along with both.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You're watching Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Karen Slack, producer Richard Ewing. I thought Richard Ewing was talking about a volleyball hit of the game. He was talking about last week against the Jasper Bulldogs. Colby Ewing, no relation to Richard Ewing, right? With a big hit.
I think he'll take ownership now.
409 Sports, what was that? 409 Sports hit of the week.
Colby's a tough football player.
Left-hand side, Evans, pass to Tran.
Smart move by
Breezy,
Katrina with a forearm pass.
Off the block, and that's going to fall outside, point Lady Panthers.
See how smart Breezy was? I don't even know if she knows what she did, but she tooled the block on the outside of the antenna and went out.
12-7 in set number 3. Godot again with the service.
Nice deep serve by Godot.
To 11, and going to find the alley. And that's going to get down for the Lady Hawks. And after giving up a bunch, finally getting the ball back, Coach.
Well, if Hardin-Jefferson was scouting us, they know that our short block is when Katrina's on the right side, and they took advantage of that with number 11.
Number 10 service, nice and deep. Evans pass. Tran back set to Breezy. This time, hard swing off the light stanchion.
Got a free ball.
Tran again to Vaughn. And that's going to come up, and it's going to fall out. Point Lady Panthers.
Morgan kind of mishit that, but it was deep enough where Carrington had to second guess it, so she took it.
Katrina Tran now serving for the Lady Panthers. Liberty leading 13-8 in set
And now
number
we
3.
see junior number 2, Caitlin Ross, coming in to play where Abby Vickers was. She'll play right side. She needs to move to the left a little bit because I think she's overlapping, unless she's center front.
Nice
Ace
service.
serve.
And you talked about this earlier about what kind of danger she was when she serves, Coach.
Katrina has been effective as a server, but she's taken it to a new level as a senior. She competes at a high level, and she only gets better when it gets tougher.
Another nice serve.
Let's see who they're going after.
Off the block. Godot to Tran,
that's a
to
double.
Breezy, and they're going to get her
It's a nice
for
swing,
the double.
though. That's a nice swing by Breezy.
He's going to put the ball back in HJ's side. HJ trailing 9-14 in set number 3. Sort of do or die time for the Lady Hawks. 5 with a jump set, or jump serve rather. Godot from the back. And it looked very close to being a tip. And it's going to sail along.
She's not going to call a tip.
Well, the up referee was asking if it was there.
This is where we need to push points. This is not our strongest rotation. There it is.
And when you want to be lucky or good, sometimes it's better to be lucky.
Well, you can see that number 12, Morgan, on our team is baiting Jarissa to go to the left, and then she just cuts it back to the right. So it makes it a free shot.
Bailey Ross Vaughn on the front row for the Lady Panthers. Breezy serving. Attacking Carrington in the deep left. Left side
That's
attack.
a nice cut. And we just did it for them. We floated out to the antenna, and that opened up that left side for them.
Libero, number 4 for HJ, serving for Hardin-Jefferson. Hardin-Jefferson trailing 11-15 in set number 3. Lady Panthers 2-0 with a lead over HJ. Tran with the back set to Vaughn and tries to come down the line and not quite able to put it in.
Strong attack, just too much. Need to keep swinging here.
Jump serve again, deep to Goodo. And this time, Vaughn hits into the block of number 7, and that's going to be a point for HJ.
It's a nice block, Mike Harrington. Morgan needs to get up and do the same thing that she's been doing, is bait them go one way and then cut it back. And that's a timeout.
It'll be a timeout, Lady Panthers. 15-13 lead in set number 3. We're going to take one with them. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. I'm Joe Roberts. Alongside me, Karen Slack, producer Richard Ewing. Liberty High School 24A action. Your Liberty Lady Panthers leading 2-0 over HJ. Set number 3 leading 15-13, but HJ finding some momentum as of late. Libero out of the timeout with the service ace. And within 1 point in striking distance, HJ must win set for them. If they lose, then it's over. And that's going to sail deep. And a service error after the service ace. You hate to see that,
That's
Coach.
a big service mistake there. We had Hardin-Jefferson had the momentum.
3-7 serving for
And
the
now
Lady
we're in our
Panthers.
best rotation.
Goodo, Slack, and Ross up front. Nice pass. Off the block. Back row attack, and that's going to find the alley there. And haven't seen that a bunch from HJ.
It's weird about a back row attack. It's a high skill level for an attacker to do that effectively, but it's also very hard to defend.
Number 3 serving for HJ. Breezy with the pass to Tran, set to the middle, off the block. And Tran forced to sit in the free ball. To the middle, Goodo there with the block. And that's going to be a point for the Lady Panthers.
Watch how Madison's way above the net, but when she makes contact, she does a push from her abdomen and pushes the ball back into the center of the court. It's textbook blocking.
Dossie on for Caitlin Ross. Lady Panthers leading 17-15 in set number 3. Back set, off the block. Evans pass to Tran. And
they get
Bailey
a free ball.
forced to send a free ball across the net. A push. Tran again to Slack, over the top of the block.
We have to have a strong attack. We can't give them free balls.
And Tran pushing it to the deep corner.
That's the 3rd free ball in a row.
And
Out.
this time going to sail long. They're going to beg for a tip, and they're not going to get it.
Who would have touched it?
And that's going to be point for the Lady Panthers, 18-15. Amanda Dossie still serving.
She's going to question the linesman if she saw a tip right after that. No.
This is dangerous territory right now. The linesmen are players from each team.
Yeah,
and that
it's hard
makes
to
it
be
tough,
critical.
especially when you're asking a young person to make such a pivotal call. And once the playoffs start, you don't see that. They do have 4 officials on the court.
Now we're going to see a tip.
And I don't know if we're going to get an overturn call here, but she's definitely going to tell them.
I don't think she can overturn it.
No.
I think she can replay it, which in our case, we don't need that break in momentum either way.
Yep, having control of the serve, you're right. I guess that doesn't really do anything to us. The thing that is going to be helpful for HJ is this long chat that they're having at the net.
Right.
It's going to slow down the momentum just a little bit. So no matter what, probably a pretty good strategy from the HJ coach.
Really.
And
We have an overturned call in a volleyball game from a linesman that you didn't see. That's not ethical.
And this is one of those situations, Coach, where we said this is tough. This is very tough when you're asking someone to be objective.
I don't agree with that.
So that's going to be a multi-point swing there. Now HJ with 16. The most important part is that the Lady Panthers don't let the wheels fall off here.
All right,
and stay
we need to
sharp
refocus
mentally.
regardless of what's happening. You can't control it, so move on.
Deep
Perfect pass by Dawsey.
back set. Good off the block. And slack right there. And Goodo not able to handle that. And that's going to be a point for HJ, all tied up at 17 in set number 3. Number 9 serving for HJ. Nice
Perfect pass.
Back set to
Going to
Goodo.
Goodo. That's a good dig. They get a free ball.
Evans.
Here's where we need to monopolize
Tran
this.
and Goodo
That's
again
it.
off the block. And that's going to be a
That's
point.
it. The free ball's the key there. We keep getting good balls to the setter. Dawsey's doing a really good job in serve receive.
Cordova coming on again for slack. Number 1, Addison Cordova. Had a nice couple of serves in her last spot. And right
We'll take
over
that
the
by
net.
the freshman.
And we're going to call that a net ace, Coach.
She's the cutest kid. Watch her smile. Loves to win, loves to be a part of a team, and you can see that serve right there could turn the tide.
Set number 3, Lady Panthers leading 19-17. Overall 2-0 lead. Attacking
Well,
deep is
and
going to
she's
sail.
also a freshman.
And that's going to be a service error. And the ball's going to go back over to HJ. And Cordova coming off as Bailey Slack coming back on. Carrington serving for HJ.
We need to take advantage of this rotation. Madison's still on the front row. Breezy's on the front row.
And Evans with the
Perfect pass by Reese.
Jump set, Breezy
And the
off the
tool
block.
by Breezy.
And that's going to be a great point from the Lady Panthers.
There's no adjustment by the blockers in Hardin-Jefferson. They keep floating out to that antenna, and Breezy's just taking advantage of where they are.
Madison Goodo with the service. Attacking deep left. And
Play it.
Vaughn right there with the block. And they're going to call the lift.
Look clean.
And that's going to come back to HJ. Scrapping and clawing to stay in this contest. Number 10. Pass from Goodo to Tran, coming across to Vaughn.
That's the
and
cut.
she's going to come right across with the cut. Point, Lady Panthers.
I just keep saying it, but they keep floating out to that antenna and leaving that shot open for our best attackers. No adjustment by Hardin-Jefferson.
Dawsey coming off for the Lady Panthers. Caitlin Ross coming onto the front row. Vaughn and Breezy Pantaleon on the front row for the Lady Panthers. Tran serving. Beautiful serve. Nice pass. Set to the right.
Good dig by Evans.
Back set. to
Direction
Ross.
change to Ross.
Comes across. And that's going to be a point. Miss hit from number 5.
Big move by Katrina Tran to go back. They were totally keying on Breezy and Morgan and move the ball. Smart, smart move.
And that's going to be a timeout for HJ. Liberty leading 22-19 in this third set. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You're watching Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Karen Slack, producer Richard Ewing. Lady Panthers leading set number 3, 22-19. Katrina Tran serving for LP. And Lady Panthers up 2 sets to 0 against Hardin-Jefferson. Nice serve, middle set, and that's going to sail long.
That's big time right there. And you see they keep serving number 7. And this is their weaker rotation. I said that earlier. They have a hard time attacking out of this rotation.
Katrina Tran again with service. LP leading 23-19. And that's going to be right over the net.
I think God helped us with that one.
Free ball. Tran with the set. The Breezy down the line. And they're going to call that out.
That's pretty close. That was a nice clean shot by Breezy. I'm sure that was a few inches out.
And that's going to be ball for HJ.
You can see that her and Morgan were both in motion at that time. That's to distract the blockers so they get a single block on the outside.
Not able to save that is Tran. Godot not able to handle that serve. HJ 21, LP 23. This time, great pass.
That's a great pass.
Tran with the jump set, and they're going to say that sailed long. That actually hit off the line. Good call there.
This is not our strongest rotation, so Coach Anderson's right to call a timeout here.
Timeout, 23-22. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You're watching Lady Panther Volleyball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. 23-22 in set number 3. The Lady Panthers leading 2 sets to 0. And the Hardin-Jefferson Lady Hawks trying everything they can do to stay alive.
Number 5's a tough server. We need to go and break serve here.
Nice pass from Godot to Tran.
Pass.
Back set to Breezy coming across. And we're going to push that ball.
Yes.
And great kill, number 12, Morgan Vaughn.
I'm not sure what their setter was thinking, but she set up what's called a happy birthday right to the court.
And let's take a look at that replay, Coach.
Morgan right in position to put the ball away.
And this is going to be match point if they can make it happen. Breezy with the service. Right over the net. Off the block. Godot with the pass. Slack coming through, dumps it deep. Left set, and it's going to be into the net, and that's going to do it. Your Liberty Lady Panthers moving to 1-1 in District 24A, rebounding in a big way, Coach Slack.
You can see Morgan just stayed up there a little longer with her right hand and stuff blocked it with one hand. That's impressive.
All right, Coach, we talked about this. What were they going to do to come back and rebound and get the win? What were your keys tonight?
Well, the keys were that we made adjustments with their hitters. They did not. So on defense, there were some things that they could have done. In fact, I think that they could have cheated their block over in the middle of the court to take away our strong attack. But we looked athletic. We looked strong. We looked like we were focused. I would say the weakest part of our game was probably serving. I think that's something that Coach Anderson will address this week because Fisbeck's really strong with that also. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed with our setter. She made changes in the game and smart enough to move the ball around, and we took advantage of their weak points, which is that's good rolling into Friday. I think we play Hampshire Finette Friday.
That's right. Lady Panthers at home for another 24A contest against the Hampshire Finette Lady Horns. Liberty Panther Sports Network on the road Friday at West Orange as the Panthers look to get in the win column in District 9 4A. It's going to be a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. If you have not already purchased tickets, remember you have to purchase those online. Right. They will not sell anything at the gate. You've been watching the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Karen Slack, producer Richard Ewing on a Tuesday night. We'll see you on Friday for Liberty Panther football.
hammer for the Lady Panthers with a quick lead. What a block as they follow up. Tran, good step, swing, Bill, faded slap. Ace, Lady Panthers. Block point, Lady Panthers.